Good morning, everyone. Let's call on our Microsoft certified trainers from Union Bank. Go ahead, guys.
Hello everyone, good morning, and welcome to another session of our topic, the power of online digital content. Last session, we were able to discuss some tips and ideas on how to create great online digital content, how to make a creative presentation, and creating online digital content using Microsoft Office tools such as today, like Microsoft PowerPoint, and forms. So for today's session, we're going to introduce you to new platforms in digital content creation. We would also like to hear from all of you, our dear teachers. So you may use the chat box for your suggestions, comments, and reactions. And of course, if you have questions, you may put it in the Q&A tab, and we will answer those at the end of the session. Okay, anyway, before we begin the session, we'd like to introduce ourselves. I'm Jada Parpan, Benefits Officer, and I have here Miss Angel Alvarez. Miss Angel?
Hi everyone, I'm Angel. I'm from the Unified Communications and Collaboration team of Union Bank.
And of course, I'd like to introduce our today's presenters, Miss Bea Rona and Vin Lagman. So guys.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Okay, so to just give you a quick run through of ano po yung mga ituturo namin today, we'll start with a quick introduction to Canva. Siguro mga less than mga around 20 minutes would be fine or less than. And next, we'll move forward with photo editing. This is not 30 minutes but rather 20 minutes just to put it all in 1 hour. And then next would be video editing 101. So this could medyo magiging technical po to. So I would suggest that you take down notes, and I think this will be recorded as well. So the link will be shared to you so you can go back to the module when you need to and to refresh also. Okay, so Vina, let's start the Canva intro.
Yan. So, hi, good morning po again. So, yan. So, as mentioned by Bea, our first agenda will be the introduction to Canva. So, later I'll share the homepage, features, and the designs that you can use in creating your school activities. But before that, I have here some tips in creating better looking designs. So first is to choose two fonts with high contrast. So basically, it's a trial and error until you start to realize what works and what does not with your fonts. So basically, a good place to start is by pairing fonts at a time, and you may choose one or two fonts po. And then you may choose and make sure you identify your design's main purpose. So like for example, no, if you want elegant and professional looking font, I usually use Bodoni and Sabon. And if more modern and clear font, you will love Gotham, Helvetica, and Roboto. Yan. So if you want naman a classic one, thick and black like serif fonts, you can try Caslon, Ferendon, Rockwell, and Sentinel. So later, I'll send these, no, yung mga fonts na na-mention ko to the chat box so you can try it as well. So there. So second is to illustrate information with shapes, icons, and colors. Diba po, no, when we want to get the attention of the viewers or the students, actually, hinahaluan natin siya ng mga photos, images, yan. So that yung information na gusto nating makuha, nandun na siya agad. So, basically, kunyari, pag nagbabasa rin tayo ng books, diba? Minsan tumitingin talaga muna tayo sa mga pictures. Tapos from there, lalaman rin natin yung story. Ayan. So, number 3 is to limit your color palette to 4 colors. So, yan. So, make sure, no, yung una ko kasing ginagawa talaga is to identify the main purpose of your designs. So, yun. From there kasi, makukuha mo na kung ano yung gusto mong ipakita sa mga students. So, yan. Okay, so, from that, no, learn to practice restraints. So yun. And then for number 4, actually this is important. Keep it simple. So make sure, no, since nasanay na tayo sa mga colors, sa fonts, sa shapes, hindi naman ibig sabihin na gagamitin natin lahat siya sa isang presentation. So, yun. So, kailangan balance lang din. So, yan. So, alam natin kung alin lang yung gagamitin natin na fonts, anong color, so, yun. Okay? And then lastly, no, finally embrace the mistakes. Of course, we all want our designs to be passable or to be the best. And then, when in order to do that, no, it's natural to make a few mistakes along the way. So, yun. So let's learn to accept yung mga suggestions ng iba, and then from there, we can edit naman. So, yun. Okay, so that's it for our tips. So let me switch lang my screen to Canva. Ito na. And para ma-walkthrough ko kayo kung ano ba yung homepage natin sa Canva. So can you share the homepage of Canva? Can you see? Kita naman po, no? Yan. Okay. So for the homepage, so meron tayo ditong mga features. So first, we'll go muna kung ano ba yung mga available templates for us. So nakakategorize naman siya to social media, personal, business, marketing, education, and trending. Kung ano ba yung trending ngayon. No? So yan, like for example, yung background namin. Yan, you can search here. May mga available naman ng mga background. Okay? And then here sa side, meron tayong mga features then like recommended for you. So if you scroll down, yan, makikita natin siya lahat. And then your designs, ito lahat ng mga nagawa ka na. Actually, presentation, poster, actually nandito rin lahat ng mga templates natin. And then all your designs, yan, and din yung nakita natin kanina. Brand kit. Yan. If you want to actually create your logo, dito siya. Pero yun lang, may crown kasi siya. It means pag may crown, for upgrade siya. So may cost na po siya. Pero actually si Canva, free naman siya. You have to log in lang, use your email na lang or your school email. And then for the create a team, so you can invite your co-teachers if you want to actually edit, no? Kasi pwede tayong mag-edit actually kay Canva ng, let's say, kunwari si Bea, nag-create siya ng Canva templates and then we're working as a team. So, isa-share niya lang sa akin yung link. And then at the same time, I can edit din kung ano yung ginagawa ni Bea. There. And then all your folders, and dito natin makikita lahat ng mga sinave natin. So, yung designs mo from yung sa like, later Bea will discuss kung ano yung sa likes. And then purchase, if you purchase something, shared with you, ayan, dito yung na-mention ko na let's say, kunwari, mag-share yung teammate mo, so dito natin siya makikita. Upload is yung mga photos, videos na na-upload natin. And then for the trash, ayan. So for the trash, let's say, no, accidentally may na-delete tayo. So pwede natin siyang balikan and then ititik lang natin yung tatlong dot, and restore lang natin siya. Ayan. So pwede pa naman siyang mabalik unless na-delete permanently niya na siya. So yeah. And then for the features, actually may mga available photos, icons, print products, apps, and explore na pwede nyong magamit. And then for the learn naman, no, let's say, hindi pa tayo ganun talaga ka-familiar with Canva. And then right now, intro lang talaga yung magbibigay natin for the meantime. So may mga available tutorials dito that you can use in creating your designs. And then for the pricing, and as mentioned, free naman siya. But if you want to use yung mga crown, and kailangan kasi siya na Canva Pro. So may cost na po siya. Okay? So I'll stop sharing my screen lang and turning over you to Bea to discuss more about Canva. So there. Hi, Bea.
Hello. Okay. So, if you can see dun sa pricing model ng Canva kanina, may educators tab. So, you can try clicking it. Baka may special discount for teachers.
Mm-mm.
So, make use of the feature na lang because I think everyone, lahat naman sa buong mundo, alam na may pinagdadaanan lahat tayo. So, yeah, most of the platforms that we will share, may mga educator parang costing or pricing. So yun, baka po maging useful for everyone. So to continue on the demo on Canva. So for example, okay, so you know where to get the templates already. You know kung ano yung mga kayang gawin ni Canva. So let's start with the very basic, which is a presentation. So for example, so just click on the tab of templates and presentation, and it will give you like preview of PowerPoint presentations that you can use. Yan. But if you'd like to start from scratch, for example, you can, for the sake of teaching also, I'll start with a blank presentation. And then, yung topic nyo for today would be, kunwari, solar system or space. Yan. You can use the search function above to search for maybe templates that would feature space or outer space. Ayan. Like this one. So, ito medyo baka pumatok sa mga bata because of its design. So, maybe we can use this. So, to transfer the design to your presentation, just click on the design itself and automatic naman siyang lilipat to your presentation. So, Canva actually gives you the liberty to mix and match presentations from across templates. So yes, you may use that function po. So yan, that's for the template side. Next, for the uploads, if you have pictures of your own, for example, na ni-research nyo po, pwede nyo siyang i-upload here using this tab, in both images and videos, para at least you have your personal touch on it and you have your research images on it, because Canva not all the time has the pictures that you want. So more or less po, kailangan nyo pa rin maghanap ng mga images na free that you can use for your presentation. So ito po, dito nyo po siya i-upload. To add like this picture to your template, just click on it and lalabas na siya. To resize, like with PowerPoint and Microsoft Office, basically just drag from the edges so you can resize the pictures and fit it in the presentation properly. Next, Canva also has a wide range of free photos and paid photos also. So you may also incorporate this in the presentation. As mentioned kanina, hindi lahat ng hahanapin nyo is available in Canva. So this would basically help you in some parts of your presentation. So for example, I'd like to search for a picture of the solar system, or let's say Earth muna, since may solar system na tayo. Yan yung mga lalabas. So if walang crown yung images, katulad ng na-mention kanina ni Vina, ibig sabihin, it's free to use. Yan. Makikita nyo naman if you hover over the images na it's free. But for example, like this one, my crown, my pro mark, ibig sabihin you have to pay, for example, if you want to use it. But if makikita nyo rin naman po, marami rin namang magandang images na free to use. So just choose one to your liking. So for example, this one, this is a good image of Earth. So I just click on it, and lalabas na siya sa slide, resize to fit the slide itself. Okay? So photos, basically mga real life photos siya, more or less. And ano siya, it's parang, real life photos talaga. Because once we move to elements, ito medyo mga clip art style. I'm not sure if naaalala niyo pa from Microsoft yung clip art. Nung mga panahon ko na nag-aaral pa akong computer classes, clip art pa yung uso nun eh. Ngayon medyo hindi na ata clip art. But yeah, it's parang icons, digital images, and the like. So it has like categories. So lines, if you can see, these are lines na you can use as dividers in your presentation. For example, si Earth, yan, lagyan natin ng divider. You can rotate para, ay medyo tabingi. You can rotate para and change the color as well here. For example, you want it white or teal or dark blue. Yan, let's stick with white para at least mas visible. Yan, borders. And then next would be shapes. So this is just basically shapes na you can add to your presentation. You can't put anything on it, but you can use it as a design element for your presentation. And then you can also change the color here. Yan. The difference ng shapes at no frames, if you can see, frame is where you can put a picture on the shape itself. So yun yung difference niya. Here, let me show you. So this is a shape, this is a frame. I'd like to put a picture of as astronaut siguro. Lagay tayo ng astronaut. So I will go back to photos. I will click on the search tab and search for astronaut. Yan, here. Yan. So may mga lalabas ulit. So this one is free. I'll use this one. I'll drag it to the frame. Yan. So na-incorporate na yung picture ng astronaut dun sa frame namin. If you notice the shape, if you like hover over the shape with the picture, hindi siya naglo-load. So yun ang difference ng shape and ng frame. Now, if you want to adjust the picture, just click on it. Click crop para you can adjust. Yan. You can make it bigger, but you can't make it smaller. So it has a limit in terms of minimizing it. Yan. Next would be sa elements, yan, stickers. Parang ito na yung kapalit ng clip art na some of it are moving. So yan, you can just search for what you need. Charts, if you have graphic presentations as well, numbers that you'd like to turn into a more visual presentation, you can use charts. Medyo limited lang siya. PowerPoint pa rin would be the best place to create charts as per katulad nung na-mention ni Miss Jada last session. So there. Next would be grids. Ito naman yung parang mga photo collage. I'm sure you've used this in your social media pages already. So mga collage yan of photos that you can input like in one shape, for example. Yan. Similar lang siya sa frames. Ay, sorry, naging background yan. Similar lang siya sa frames na you can use if ever. Next would be gradients. So ito, design element also. If gusto nyong pagandahin yung mga fonts nyo and such, yan, pwede nyo siyang ilagay as background. And then you'll also have other options for the images. Just search and it will lalabas naman siya. Search for what you need. Next would be text. So I'll add a new page to demo the text. With text kasi, you can do it manually by clicking on the first three options, which is add a heading, add a subheading, and small body of text. Yan. So, ganyan yung manual. But if you'd like to, Canva also has templates on different font layouts. So, you'll see it here. Yan. Medyo mas creative yung mga ng Canva. Medyo mas modern if you look at it. For the sake of like demonstration, I'll show you. If ever you decide to use a pre-packaged text template from Canva, you can I'll show you how may isa akong hack, hindi naman hack, but like lifesaver na na-discover ko when using this one. So ito, so I click on this and then yan, lalabas siya here on my presentation and I just move it. Ay, naging dalawa. Yan. Now, if you see, it's grouped accordingly na wherever you drag it, kasama yung buong text. But actually, if for example, gusto niyo lang yung upper part and ayaw nyo ng may subheading, you can actually look at the toolbar, the horizontal toolbar, and click ungroup para ma-ungroup siya. And then yan, hiwalay na sila. So, it took me a while to discover this function, but I'm glad I did. I struggled for a couple of presentations with the groupings of the fonts. So, yan. Hopefully, it will help you too. So, hiwalay na siya ngayon. Okay. Yan, ganyan. And then usually kasi with Canva, if it's a template, for example, like this one, naka-group talaga siya eh, if you notice. And then if, kunwari, heading lang naman yung kailangan nyo, tapos hindi nyo na kailangan ng subheading, just click on group. Okay? Para maging may freedom kayo to move and edit. Okay, so next after text would be styles. So this is something new that I think Canva just implemented, I think last week. So for example, we have our text here na lang. Let's focus here. Let's delete this one. We have our text and then you want to make this text pop out kasi kunwari may point or may highlight kayo na gustong i-emphasize sa mga students niyo and you want to change the colors para ma-emphasize yung point na yun, you can choose from a wide range of colors and fonts also. Ito combination naman siya, color palette and fonts as well. So for example, we want to use this one, a more sunny shade, a more lighter shade. So we'll just click on it. And yan. So nagbago yung color palette niya along with the fonts. So yeah, you may go ahead and use that style if ever. So really Canva gives you the liberty to really be creative. This is your chance to, if mga frustrated artists, saying some of the teachers here, yeah, you can use this to really practice or enhance your creativity and your design styles. Next is music. If it's kailangan sa presentation yun na may music or something to not make your presentation dull, pwede kayo mag-add ng music along your presentation. So medyo may background music kayo, for example. And then videos as well, you can Canva has free parang like background videos that you can use in your presentations too. Magiging moving lang siya. So if ever you have to like present this online siguro, like here in Zoom in a webinar style. Yeah. So background also, they have static backgrounds as well that you can use if medyo napagod ka na or nasawa ka na sa style na yan, you can choose from here. And you can edit color palettes as well, if ever. And then folders, as mentioned kanina ni Vina, you can save templates or images or frames that you like and then lalabas siya dito once you're creating your presentation na. And then, yung more naman, external partnerships to with other sites, you can upload and integrate videos, I guess, maps, emojis, and other photos and stuff. Okay, so moving on to the horizontal toolbar, just before we end the presentation, no. This one is basically medyo ano naman to eh, it's something that you use in PowerPoint already, but I'd like to specify some. For example, itong uppercase and lowercase. So si Canva minsan mahilig sila mag uppercase style. Tapos parang if, for example, you're not comfortable with that, you can, like for this one, itong writing genre fiction, you can click on the 3 dots, it will show you uppercase, and then yan, i-convert niya. And then, what else? Ungroup. So, you know ungroup already. So, there. In terms of sharing naman, so yung na-mention kanina ni Vina about collaboration, for example, dalawa kayong science teachers in grade, for example, grade 3, and then sayang naman yung effort if like, magkahiwalay pa yung presentation nyo pero pareho yung topic. So makakatipid din kayo ng oras if you collaborate or share your presentation with other teachers and have them input their own presentations or slides as well. Or pwede nyong paghatian para at least, mas bawas sa oras nyo in terms of working on presentations. So just click on share here and you'll see you can share the link to edit, you can copy the link from here, or you can also type in the email of your partner or yung teammate mo. Yan. And then once they receive the link, they can edit accordingly. The presentation that we're using, Vina and Ion, medyo collaboration yan. So we use the sharing tool here in Canva. And then in terms of presenting naman, there are a few ways. So number one is present, yung usual na in webinar and such yan. Since meron tayong mga, I think may mga paid na anong tawag nito, paid na images na nagamit, yan, may lalabas na we have to pay something. Pero yeah, you can always just take out the image if ever. And then other modes of presentation, you can also present and record. Ito yung sample niya. While you're presenting, parang yan, may lalabas na maliit na speaker na nagsasalita kayo. This could be useful for example, you have students na hindi talaga makapag-log in your live sessions. So at least if you have this one and send this to them, you can just give them the link and then they can download anytime, if ever. Next would be download. So if you're presenting in a different mode, if ever, and if you'd like to send your presentation to your students, you can click on PDF standard and then just download your presentation. You can also share the link of your presentation, create a website of it, and a Microsoft PowerPoint version of your presentation. But take note na if it's Microsoft version, may mga fonts na hindi mababasa and such. Okay, so that is it for Canva discussion. I'll turn you over to Vina for the next segment. Okay, and I'll try answering your questions in the chat box and Q&A if you have any. Thank you.
And so thanks, Bea. So actually, you have to be familiarized lang no, with the tools so that you can actually create your designs or your school activities. So, yeah. So let me share lang my screen. So before we proceed with our next agenda, actually, may prepare ako na icebreaker for us. So let me move lang my presentation. And so here, so let's have a quick icebreaker lang muna. No? Para at least mapahinga lang din natin yung hindi tayo ma-information overload. So, if ever pala may mga wow factor kayo, so just type on sa chat box na amazing. Ayan. Type lang kayo ng amazing kapag may mga wow factor kayong nakikita or na-experience dito sa live session natin. Okay? So, for the mechanics, actually, from the title itself, yung zoom in picture, so you have to guess lang the zoom in picture na ipe-present ko dito. And then just type dun sa chat box yung answers nyo. So Bea will collate yung mga answers nyo and then she'll mention na lang kung ano yung tamang sagot natin. Okay? So first is, what's that? Just type on lang on the chat box if alam nyo kung ano yung zoom in picture na yan.
Ayan. Ayan, si Miss Cynthia, Miss Rosalie, Miss Mary Ann. Ayan, okay. So, Canva daw.
Yes,
Canva daw, Bina, tama ba?
Ayan. So, nakinig talaga sila sa Canva natin. Ayan. So, second.
Ayan.
So, isa siya sa social media.
Okay, answers are coming in. Instagram daw?
Yes, correct. Ayan. So, if you want to post stories, ayan. So, dyan sa Instagram. So, next is?
Ay, medyo mahirap po to.
Yes. Pero since photo editing yung ano natin, isa siya sa software na pwede nating magamit.
Adobe?
Yes, correct.
Galing.
So, yan. So, next.
Yan. Answers coming in. Miss Diana, Miss Marilu, Miss Cynthia. Paint? Tama ba?
Yes, correct. Ayan.
So, ito medyo challenging.
Medyo challenging. Pero if you know the tools of photo editing, ayan,
Wow,
you'll
ang
know
galing.
naman yan.
Okay, si Miss Charlene, sabi niya crop. Si Miss Fe,
Amazing, yes.
perfect.
Correct, ayan. So, that's it. Game over na siya. Hindi lang nakikita yung game over natin. Ayan. Anyway, so let's proceed with our next agenda, which is the photo editing 101. So, yan. So, for the photo editing, actually, we will be doing a live demo. So, later on, I'll share no, kung paano tayo mag-edit ng photo. So, before that, I have here 5 tips in editing your photo. So, first is to find your go-to photo editing app. So, kasi 'di ba no, when you edit, mas okay talaga if meron ka ng isang app or software na pinupuntahan, nakabisado mo na yung mga tools para if in case may mga urgent or kahit small photos lang na kailangan mo i-edit, mabilis mo na lang din siyang magagawa. Okay? And then use editing tools to your advantage. So as mentioned, you need to be familiarized with the tools, yung mga use nun para when you edit your photo, mabilis mo na lang din siya talagang ma-edit and then ma-enhance. So there. And then leave room for tweaks. So when you edit photos, usually, di ba, hindi naman siya agad-agad perfect. So, there are times that you need to actually edit or kunyari nagawa mo na siya, tapos pag binalikan mo, parang may kulang pa pala, no? So, yan. So, there's a room pa naman to change your edit photo. So, actually, may mga software naman tayo na may save as project, no, na features. So, for the save as project, so, once you created na your photo, pwede mo siya ulit balikan. So, go lang to your save project or yung save images. So, yun. So, pwede mo siyang i-click lang and then edit mo lang ulit kung ano yung mga gusto mo pang baguhin. And then another one, no, let's say accidentally biglang namatay yung laptop mo, yung desktop mo, or kunwari biglang nag-brown out. Tapos hindi mo pa nasisave din yung mga nagawa mo. No? So yan, meron naman ng mga software na nag-auto-save na siya. So from dun sa naiwan mo, pag-open mo naman, nandun pa rin talaga siya. Yeah. So next will be don't over-edit. So medyo kasi kapag 'di ba na over-edit natin yung isang image, actually makikita mo na hindi natural yung photo na yon. So as much as possible, maganda ka pa rin pag natural talaga yung pinapakita natin. So yun, para at least ma-emphasize pa rin kung ano yung photo na gusto mong ipakita. So yun, so actually to lessen the needs of lots of edits, so, may quick photography tips din ako. So, first is to shoot your photos in good or natural lighting. So, yan. Yung direct sunlight, actually, nakakaganda siya kagad ng pagkuha mo ng photo. Okay? And then next is to shoot as steady, straight, and focus as you can. So, bawal yung nanginginig. So, wag muna tayo magkakape. And so, next will be take lots of shots and play around with different angles. So, we have tons of options, to choose from. So, yan. And then, fourth is to keep the background clean and clutter-free. As much as possible, dapat kahit clear background lang siya, white or any color naman, basta clear lang siya para at least less na lang yung i-edit nyo rin kapag may tatanggalin kayong background. Or actually, you can use din a virtual background. Yan. And then last is to practice until you're perfect your shot. So yan. So later, I'll share din yung tips ko for the photography din sa chat box natin. Okay? And then lastly, no, for the last tips in editing your photos, learn to experiment and have fun. So yun, as mentioned, actually may YouTube naman tayo that you can actually search on if let's say kunyari gusto kong malaman kung anong app ba to, no? And then medyo konti lang din yung idea natin for now. So pwede tayo mag-research ng mga tutorials. Tapos from there, kahit step by step lang, magagawa din natin siya. And masasanay na rin tayo. So pwedeng masama na siya dun sa go-to app natin. So there. So that's it for the 5 tips in editing your photos. So I'll switch lang my screen to the one of the app na i-share or software na i-share ko sa inyo. Yan. So, this is an online platform for photo editing. It called Be Funky. So, yan. So, ito yung Be Funky. Actually, it's a free online software naman siya. But, yun pa rin, may cost pa rin siya if you want to upgrade or use yung mga yung kanina sa Canva, no, naka-crown siya. Dito naman, naka-store naman yung mga may cost na. So, you have to log in lang din if you want to save your project. You may use your email again for logging in. Yan. So, let's say we want to edit a photo. So, let's focus na dun sa science. No? So, let's edit a solar system then. So, yan. So, first is, before editing, no, syempre kailangan natin i-upload yung photo na gusto natin i-edit. So, let's say, yan, gusto natin i-edit yung solar system. Ayan. So, nakuha ko lang siya sa Google. Let's say, kunyari, nakuha lang natin sa Google. No? So, may mga parts tayo na gusto natin i-edit pa, i-enhance, and then tanggalin. So, yun. So, let's walk through on dun sa mga toolbar nung editing software. So, first is, actually, dito sa image manager, you can also add then another photo. So, may mga stock images din like Canva, Be Funky. So, yan. You can actually search din kung may specific image ka na gusto mo pang ilagay. Let's say, kunyari, gusto mo magkaroon ng feature dun sa the solar system. Ayan. Search lang natin siya. Ayan. And then, just click on it and then add lang natin. So, ito na lang siya lalagyan para hindi matakpan din yung mga planets natin. So, that's for the image manager. So, for the edit naman, actually, meron tong tatlong category. So, which is the essentials, blur and smooth, and miscellaneous. So, for the essentials, andito yung mga main edit natin, like for crop. Yan. So, as mentioned dun sa game, di ba? Yung use ng crop lang naman is, if let's say may mga gusto ka lang i-focus na dun sa photo, tapos ika-crop lang natin siya. Then, click check lang once you're okay na with the crop. And then, for the resize naman, actually, this is same lang with the crop, but if you have specific sizes, yung mga width and height niya, ayan. So, pwede mo siyang i-edit or i-move na lang dito. And then for the rotate, so minsan 'di ba may mga photo kasi tayo na nakabaliktad, kaya so dito lang natin siya i-rotate clockwise, counterclockwise, and then pwede rin natin siyang i-flip. Ayan. So that's for the rotate. Ayan. So as mentioned, yung mga naka-store, ayan yung mga need for upgrades. So ayan. So you can check din naman yung pricing dun sa main or home page of Be Funky. Actually, may mga discounts din sila for the educators. And then for the exposure, ito yung pag-edit natin ng mga brightness. So yan, i-move lang natin yung kung anong level. And then makikita naman natin yung changes dito. So yan, makikita nyo na yung sun, di ba, medyo na move na yung niya, yung lightning niya. So, yan. So, as mentioned, don't over-edit. So, pag sinobrahan kasi natin yan, wala nang effect, no? So, parang hindi na natin mapansin yung mga planets. Tsaka yung sun kasi parang na-expose na niya lahat yung, yung mga lights doon. Ayan. So, for the contrast, ayan. So, I suggest, kahit siguro move nyo lang ng konti. Kasi if yung photography mo naman is okay naman yung mga lightning niya, no need naman na for the exposure. Yeah. So for the beautify, actually this is same lang with the exposure. Ang difference lang niya is yung exposure kasi di ba hiwalay-walay yung brightness, yung contrast. For the beautifier, i-move mo lang siya. And then lahat ng brightness, yung yung contrast, damay na siya. So i-move mo lang ng ganyan. So yan, nagbabago siya, di ba? Yan. So, nag-stand out siya. So, i-okay natin yan. And then, for the color naman, let's say gusto mong baguhin yung color. Like ngayon, di ba naka-black siya. So, pag minove lang natin siya, ayan, makikita nyo na nag-iiba na yung color. Nag-yellow, nag-blue. Pero syempre, depende pa rin kung ano yung ine-edit natin. So, since yung sun, biglang nagbago yung color, so, i-move natin siya again para bumalik siya to orange. Yan. Or X lang natin if hindi naman natin siya gagamitin. Okay? And then for the sharpen, if you want to bold yung ano natin, yung image, ayan, i-move lang natin siya. So yan. So medyo nagda-darker na siya, di ba? So and then okay. So yan. So that's for the essentials. And then for the blur and smooth, ayan. So as mentioned, diba, let's say kunwari, move lang natin siya. Move lang yung yan. So yan. So, for the blur, yung smooth is, let's say na may mga konting ano lang naman siya, isusmoothen lang natin yung mga photo. Let's say, kunyari may konting dumi, ganun, isusmooth lang natin siya. And then for the blur, ayan. So, let's say, gusto lang natin ipakita. Yan, ito yung original photo, diba? Tapos gusto lang natin ipakita yung sun to Jupiter. So, ayan, i-blur lang natin siya. And then, buburhin na or ano natin yung mga gusto lang nating mapakita. So, yan. And then the rest na yung ibang planets, ayan, naka-blur lang sila. Let's say gusto lang natin i-emphasize yung sun to Jupiter. Ayan. Tapos medyo may nadamay tayo na iba. No? So, click nyo lang yung keep and then highlight nyo lang ulit. And then medyo malaki yung brush na gamit natin. No? Pwede mo rin siyang change yung size. So, i-move lang natin dito. So, yan. So, nakita nyo na lumiit na yung arrow. So, balik ko ulit dun sa remove kasi si Jupiter, bigla ko rin siyang na-blur na. Ayan. So, yan. So, yan. If let's say yan, sun to Jupiter, yung gusto nating ipakita lang. So, let's click apply para blur na yung iba. And then, soften. Yan. Nagsusoften lang naman siya. Na-adjust lang natin yung softness ng photos tsaka yung light. So, yan. And for the blur edges, yan. Yung mga bawat dulo or yung edge ng photo natin, binablur niya lang din. Pero since kailangan natin mapakita si Sun to Jupiter, no, i-X na lang natin siya para hindi ma-blur din si Sun. Yan. So, that's for the blur smooth. And then for the miscellaneous, actually, same lang din naman to with essentials. More on the color mixer lang siya. Yan. So, for the touch-up, actually, i-run through ko na lang to since hindi naman din photo yung ginagamit natin or image yung ginamit natin na like face, ganun. So, for the touch-up, yan. If you want to edit lang yung mga blemish, ayan. So, nandito siya. You have to click that one lang. And then, mag-automatic naman na siya. And then, you can adjust din also. Ayan, yung mouth, yung lipstick, and hair color. And then, for the effects, ayan. Actually, itong effects, super love ko to eh. Pag nag-edit ako ng photo, minsan hindi ko na ina-adjust yung iba, na yung mga brightness, yung contrast. Usually, nag-base na lang din ako with the effects kasi minsan, nadadamay na rin nila yung mga brightness and contrast. So yun. So you have to choose lang kung ano yung gusto mong gamitin. So let's say cross-process. So yan. So for the cross-process, may dalawa tayong choices. So it's after cross-process 1. Yan. So medyo parang makaluma na, no? Yung ano na. And then cross-process 2. So parang mas gusto ko to. So i-click lang natin yung apply. Ayan. Yung magiging itsura niya pala, kapag kunwari ginamit natin yung may star, so you can actually use it, pero meron siyang watermark na. Kasi for, need for upgrade. So, if you, actually explore other effects, medyo may parehas naman siya doon. So, just look on the, free version. And then, for the artsy, yan. Since ngayon, di ba, parang nauuso na yung mga digital art, cartoonize, ayan. So, i-click lang natin siya. Pili lang tayo kung ano yung gusto nating artsy na gusto nating gamitin. And tapos, i-click lang natin siya. Parang ganyan yung magiging itsura niya. Though this is a plus kasi, so, yan. So, naging cartoonized na yung ano niya, yung itsura. So, and that's for the artsy. And then for the frames, let's say gusto mong lagyan ng art or ng frame yung edges, no? So, just click on the border. Yan. Or kung anong frames yung gusto mong gamitin. So, let's say, gusto ko simple lang eh. So, siguro yan na lang para for presentation ko lang naman kung ano kung kunyari gusto kong ipakita kung ano yung difference ni Sun, ni Jupiter, ganyan. So, yan. Kahit siguro border na lang or drop shadow lang yung gagamitin natin. So, that's for the frames. Actually, there's a lot naman here. And then for the graphics naman, ayan, let's say you want to put some shapes, yan. So, and or kaya arrows. Let's say arrow na lang. I want to connect, no, yung sun to Mercury. So, yan. Lagyan lang natin siya ng arrow. Yan. Adjust naman din yung size niya. And then, yan. And then, meron din ditong weight. So, let's say gusto mong mas, ayan, tabaan yung arrow. Yan siya. And then, pwede rin siya maging double-sided. So, yan. So, make sure lang na i-move mo siya para ma-emphasize din siya. And then, may pin din pag gusto lang natin na manipis lang yung arrow natin. And then, move lang natin siya dyan. Yan. And then, you can adjust din. Yan. So, there. And then, let's say, kunyari, wala dito yung mga shapes or yung mga gusto natin. You can actually search din and then type here kung ano yung gusto niyang gamitin. Yan. So, nandito naman actually madami siyang styles. So, yung iba lang, for sure, naka-plus. But there are a lot of free version naman for the images. And then aside from that, actually, from your computer, you can upload them. And let's say, kunyari may mga icons kang gustong gamitin yan. You can upload them from your computer. Then for the overlays, ito parang amazing to eh. Let's say, kunwari, alphabet actually yung tinuturo natin sa students. So let's say alphabet. Mag-overlay lang siya. Gagawin lang natin background si solar system. And then, ayan. Yan. So amazing, diba? Parang naging background na lang si solar system. Pero ang topic talaga natin is alphabet. Ayan. So, yan. If you want to use yung overlay, yan, just click on apply. So, there's a lot of overlays naman. May Earth Day, may geometry, yan, may circular. So, yan. So, may numbers 10. Yan. Hover naman siya. Move lang natin siya kung saan mo siya gusto ipakita. Okay, and then for the text naman, let's say kunwari wala kasi tayong title, no? So gusto natin siyang lagyan ng title. So add text lang tayo. And then type on the title. So let's say solar system. And then since black na yung background natin, palitan natin siya ng color. Let's say white na lang. And make sure no, yung color palette natin, rin natin siya, ibabalance din natin siya. And tapos if you want to put some background dun sa text, please click on the background and lagay lang kayo ng color. Ayan. So, hindi nakita, diba? So, adjust lang natin kung ano color yun. Ayan. So, let's say, ayan. So, let's say gusto natin ipakita. Ayan. Nilagyan natin siya ng back. And then, lagyan natin siya ng title. So, there. That's for the title. And then for the textures, ito parang effects lang din siya. So let's say we want to use yung scratches. For the scratches, para lang siyang may konting dumi. Yan. So, yan. Parang na-scratch yung photo mo. So, yun. So, there. And then, just click on apply. Ayan. Then, you can move your lens. Kapag kunyari may gusto ko i-emphasize na photo na i-edit yan. Zoom in and zoom out lang natin siya. And then once you're done, just click on save. And then it's up to you kung saan mo siya gusto i-save. Actually, you can store din sa Funky kasi meron naman silang storage doon. And then let's say then you want to re-edit your photo, yung mga in-edit mo na photo, nandito rin siya. Actually, you can do a batch editing din. So upload lang your the photo that you want to edit. So yan, add images lang. So yan, mag-upload na lahat ng photo dyan para at least once you're done, na na-upload na natin lahat ng photos, lalabas actually dito sa gilid lahat ng photos ng mga para i-move and move mo na siya. Naka-line up na siya. So there, that's it for the live demo. So let me switch lang again my screen. And so, hold on. So let me present now our presentation. Ayan. So that's for the VFunky. So, ayan, meron din kami ditong iba pang mga online photo editing software. So, meron din tayong Photor and PicMonkey. Actually, similarities lang naman nila. Lahat sila free and then cost to upgrade. And then with program for educators din sila. And then yung products or features na ino-offer nila will be more on the photo editor, collage maker, graphic designer, build your brand. If you want also to actually create your certificates, ayan, dito rin siya. That's for the online photo editing software. You can actually download it then to your desktop. Available din siya sa Microsoft or Windows. And then for the iOS then if you're using Apple. Ayan. So for the mobile photo editing application, so may mga share din kami dito like VS Code, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom, Snapseed, Canva. Kasi sa Canva may edit photos din siya. Afterlight, and Prisma. So yan, actually lahat to, hold on, na-move ko siya to other. Ayan, so lahat to, ayan, lahat naman to is free and then there are, cost to upgrade then if you want to use some of the effects or yung mga filters na gusto mo pang gamitin. Pero super useful siya. Like ako kasi, mahilig ako mag-edit ng photo. So kahit babati lang ako, so nag-edit din ako. Na-effortan ko siya to photo collage. Ayun, so I usually use VS ko din. Maganda rin si VS ko. So there, I'll turn you over to Vlogger Bea for the video editing. So there, sige, I'll stop my... Yes. So tuturuan mo silang mag-vlog.
Vlog? Hindi naman mag-vlog.
Hindi naman mag-vlog.
Video edit. Sige, so to start the video editing demo, baka lang mag-extend po tayo ng konti, sorry. But I'll make it as quick as possible para I'm sure you have schedules also. But I'll make it as quick as possible. So let's start with a quick game. Para lang medyo, baka info overload na kayo kanina. Medyo ma-relax lang kayo ng konti. So guess that movie. May 3 akong movie, Pinoy movies na ipapahula sa inyo. And once you know the title already, just type it in the chat box. Okay, Vina, kailangan ko yung help mo dito if ever. Okay, sige.
Listening skills to, no?
Yes, listening skills. Yan. Active. So, okay, first movie here.
Oh yes! Kaibigan mo ako! Kaibigan mo lang ako. And I'm so stupid to make the biggest mistake of falling in love with my best friend.
Yan, para sa may mga hubad dyan. May nakahula ba? Girl, sana hindi masyado mahirap.
Wala pang nagte-type. Pero type on your your answers sa chat box. So let's guess kung ano ba yung pinarinig ni Bea. Si Jolina daw yan eh. Sabi ni
si
Joy Jungko. So Barcelona, one more chance. Ayan, sige pa po. Ayan, may nakahula. Si Neil Bungkayo. Sabi niya, Ox lang, loves kita.
Yes.
Yeah, si Jolina and Marvin. Yes.
Baby ate si Sir Neil. Okay. Next. Okay.
She loved me at my worst. You had me at my best. Ba't binali mo naman ang lahat yun?
I'm sure alam mo.
Yan. Oo, bago mo pa lang siya ipakita, iparinig na madami nang nag-comment. Ayan. So, sabi nila, one more chance. Popoy and Basha daw.
Malinyahan pag may away, ganyan. Okay, last movie. Ito medyo mahirap pero sana baka mahulaan niyo po. Yan, one more chance. Okay. Next.
No, I don't need tissue.
Kailangan mong tissue.
Hindi ko kailangan ng tissue. I don't need tissue. Please stop judging me. Please, stop!
Okay. Mga
Wala pa
bago
nakaka-guess. Pero ano lang to, bago lang siya, no, Bea?
Indian.
Excess baggage daw.
Konti
Sige
pa.
pa po,
Konti pa.
malapit na. Ayan, that thing called Tadhana daw.
Okay.
Ayan, from Marichu and Joseph Nickel.
Okay. So, yan. So, ayun pa. Throwback lang sa mga movies na napanood natin sa sinihan. Mapapanood na lang natin sa Netflix ngayon. But hopefully, ma-enjoy pa rin naman natin. So, to move forward with video editing, sana medyo kumalma naman yung mga brains nyo from info overload for today. Yan, dating called Tadhana. So, video editing 101. Before I go to the demo, bigyan ko lang din kayo ng tips on how to shoot your videos. Number one is, let's start with the background. So, sa bahay niyo po, pili na kayo ng siguro pwesto na magagamit niyo for both online learning and also for shooting your own video. So, as much as possible, neutral background po sana, kahit nasa likod lang kayo ng wall na para less distractions din. And if for example, medyo maraming mga gamit sa bahay nyo, tapos wala masyadong space na blank, pwede naman po kayong maglatag na lang ng cortina or ng cloth. Isampay nyo na lang po siguro. Or Manila paper, kahit Manila paper, tapos idikit nyo lang or cartolina para lang neutral yung background nyo, if kaya naman po. And then, similar to na-mention ni Vina na lighting, proper lighting is a must. So, make sure po na kung nasa bahay kayo, if direct sunlight yung gagamitin nyo, nakaharap kayo sa bintana, for example, or nakaharap kayo kunwari sa pinto. Kasi if nakatalikod kayo sa bintana, tas yung video nyo or yung camera nyo nakatalikod sa bintana, dark kayo niyan eh. Parang against the light yung tawag nila doon. So, make sure na laging nasa harap ng bintana if nag-shoot. Okay? And then, if ma-check nyo po yung schedule ng ingay at ng sa bahay ninyo, pili po kayo ng time na hindi masyadong maingay. Usually, ano yan eh, super early in the morning, mga after lunch, pag natutulog na ang mga tao, or late at night kapag tulog na ulit sila. So, yun. Check nyo na lang po. Observe nyo na lang kung ano yung best time to shoot para walang masyadong noise distraction sa video nyo at makapag-focus yung mga kids. Pero kung minsan may mga hindi lang din talaga may iwasan na ingay, so pili na lang kayo ng very minimal talaga para hindi siya malaking factor. Next is framing. So, if live, it's webinar type, center is fine. Like kung paano nyo kami nakikita ngayon. But for example, if it's i-record nyo using your laptop or your video or your mobile, try to have it left-centered. I-demo ko ng slide. Yan. Parang ganyan. Nandito ako sa left side and then yung blank side, yan. Dito sa part na to, pwede kayong maglagay ng title, ng images, ng mga heading pag nag-i-edit kayo ng video. Kunwari may mga points kayo na gustong i-emphasize, yan, may space kayo here at this side to edit. So usually pag camera, mirror vision siya. So kung ngayon, check nyo na lang. May flip screen, may makikita nyo naman sa phone nyo if ever or sa camera na kung ano yung side na nasaan kayo if ma-record siya. Why left-centered? Because kasi 'di ba pag nagbabasa po tayo, usually we start at the left. So at least hindi masyadong mahirapan mag-adjust yung mga estudyante if nakita niya kayo from the left to the right, hindi siya masyadong masakit sa mata. So, yun. And then, next is make sure na you have a clean frame with minimal distraction. So, doon po ulit papasok yung background na wala masyadong gamit sa likod as much as possible. Walang masyadong anything sa likod niyo po or sa paligid niyo po para hindi masyadong distracting. And then, script. Ito po important to. Kahit medyo sanay na kayo mag-turo live, may mga bagay na pwede kayong makalimutan. So, it's better to have a script or an outline before you start shooting your video para at least you know the flow of your talk and you know also the main points that you need to really emphasize. during your talk. And then also maybe on your script, highlight words or titles, or maybe add the images that you want to add to your video already. Kasi habang gumagawa kayo ng outline, medyo na-envision nyo na yung video nyo yan, kung paano siya tatakbo. So you may add those notes para once you edit, you can still refer back to your script para malagay nyo po yung appropriate information on that. Next is shooting. So, pag nag-shoot kayo ng video, hindi lang siya yung basta-bastang click record and then shoot na agad. Minsan kasi, if you're using a mobile phone, yung kamay nyo na mag-click ng record, tapos biglang magsasalita kayo agad kasi start na yung record, baka makita. So, medyo mahirap i-edit yun. I would suggest na upon clicking record, pagkababa nyo ng kamay nyo, count siguro mga 1 to 3, smile kayo, and then start with your outline or your script. Para at least may leeway to edit, and also wala yung mga nakaharang na kamay and stuff in recording. And then, before you end as well, ito baka makalimutan, medyo nakakalimutan kasi ito minsan pag live recording, pagkatapos ng script nyo, smile, and then count 1 to 3, and then click record. Ang mahirap kasi kapag nag-shoot kayo ng video, tapos clinic nyo agad yung record pagkatapos ng last word na sasabihin nyo, andun ulit yung kamay. So, ang hirap i-edit nun. Yung kamay na magpipress ng record yan, nakikita siya. So, make sure to pause para hindi masyadong distracting on the video itself. And then, if kaya naman ng oras, yeah, it's better if you have 2 takes kasi minsan sa first take nyo, pwedeng practice take yun, na-practice nyo at least yung mga linya nyo. But then on the second take, baka mas relax na kayo, mas comfortable na kayo, and the like. And then once you start yun, shooting your videos, tuloy-tuloy na naman yan if ever. Next is basic video editing functions. Before I go into the demo, para lang at least at this point, medyo alam niyo na. Basic editing functions is number 1 is yung split. So pagka-upload niyo ng files niyo in your video editing software, you can cut your videos and your audio into a lot of separate parts. So yan yung function ng split. Add text, similar to photo editing, pwede kayong mag-add ng mga headings, titles, added information in your videos. If napansin niyo yung mga vloggers right now, marami yan. Aside from their videos itself, marami yung mga singit-singit na mga kung ano-anong fonts and stuff sa mga videos nila. So yun, pwede rin kayong mag-add text. Then add media, ito dito papasok yung pag-upload nyo ng mga na-shoot yung mga video, yung mga nahanap nyo online, mga pictures, and the like. And audio, if ever. Animation and overlay yun. Pwede nyo i-animate yung mga pictures nyo in your video or your text, pwede nyo siyang pagalawin. But it depende siya sa editing software. It's a bit complicated, but yan, kaya naman siya. And then transitions, if you'd like to transition from one video to another, na hindi masakit sa mata, yun, you use transitions. And then layers also, when you'll understand later na when you start editing, makikita niyo yung layers of files na makikita niyo sa video para you can edit and then you can time each other accordingly. So, okay. So let me just share another screen. Wait lang. Ayan. Here. Kita naman yung video editing. Okay. Sige. Sorry, medyo 10:05 na, but I'll make this quick. Sayang din naman kasi yung knowledge if ever in video editing. So, this is Clipchamp. I'll show you a list of editing software that you can download and use also. But this is online as well, parang Canva and Be Funky. And you can use this to edit online. Yun. So once you register, may mga questions lang siyang tatanungin, and then you will be led here. So to start with your video, just click create a video. And then it will ask for the size. So if it's a webinar type, usually widescreen yan eh. And then meron din for IG, Facebook, Instagram, so it's flexible. So let's choose widescreen. And then malilipat na kayo dun sa mismong editing page. Dito, I'll discuss the toolbars and the functions itself. So to add the videos that you have recorded, just click Add Media here. And then, click Add Media, browse files, yung purple button, and look for the folder where you save the files. For me, it's here. May sample na ako for everyone. And then you highlight everything and then you click open. Tapos yan, ilo-load siya dyan. You just wait for it to load. Once it's finished loading, lalabas naman yung image more or less. Yan. So they also have stock videos available, mga footage na you can use, but stick to the ones that are free na lang. Para, ayan, ito. I think for Clipchamp, it's the free forever option. So yan, mga free yung mga nandyan na pwede nyo gamitin. And then you can also search if you need anything as well. Okay? So, yan. May audio din, free background audio na hindi siya like kanta talaga. But then, you can use it. So, free forever for Clipchamp para walang bayad. And then you can add GIFs also. Yan. So, for sure, patok to sa mga estudyante. So, you can add this one in your videos. If like, may mga funny notes kayo or may pato kayo or something. Yan. Okay. So, for this one naman, so let's put on one video. I'll share to you a sample ng video na may sound. This is one of the videos we had for one of our events in Union Bank. So just click on the video that you like. We're using this one. You drag it here dito sa line video editing panel mismo. You drag it here, and then yan, you'll see that. You can, yan, pwede mo siyang ma-play. So, buong video, naka-layout na dito. Merong ibang functions to edit yung mga nilagay nyo dito sa video editing panel. You can look at here sa taas. Lalabas siya once you click a certain item. Yan. So, if you wanna take out the audio, pwede mo siyang i-0%. Or pwede mo rin siyang i-separate. Tapos yan, magiging hiwalay yung video at yung audio. For example, tatanggalin natin yung audio. Just click on it and then click delete on your keyboard. And then yan, wala na siyang audio. Okay? So, yan. This one pala, if you can see, this is a marker. Ito yung nag-aalaw sa inyo na mag-move throughout the video para makapunta kayo sa parts na gusto nyong tingnan. If ever, or kunwari gusto nyong i-cut or something, yan. This marker would help you on that. So, sige, let's remove this video lang. That's for example purposes. For example, we'd like an introduction to solar system. So, nag-edit si Vina kanina ng photos para ilagay dito sa video natin for the solar system. So, let's put on this video ng speaker. We drag it here to the panel. And then this is a stock video na nakuha ko online. But if you can see yan, if you move the marker, you'll see her movement. So I want her to start here kung saan siya nag-raise ng hand to show the solar system title. So I'll just move my marker kung saan ko siya gustong i-cut. And then click on split, if you can see split. And then, yan, if nakita nyo yan, hiwalay na siya, di ba? So, hindi mo siya, pwede mo na siyang i-delete yung first part since hindi siya gagamitin. Yan. Okay? So, if you play it, pwede mo siyang ma-preview here. If you play it, yan, ganyan na siya agad. Now, gusto natin lagyan ng text na solar system because intro nga. So, meron din silang mga text styles na pwede nyong gamitin, but for sake of simplicity and we'll use Groovy and then just click on the button to add to the timeline. Okay. If you can see, ito yung layers na sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. So one layer for the video itself. Kanina nakita nyo may layer for the audio. And this is another layer for the text. So, gaya ganito yung format ng video editing is para ma-time nyo ng maayos kung saan lalabas ang mga bagay-bagay. So, for this one, so we're using this one to put a title of solar system. So as mentioned kanina, if you click on an element, lalabas yung functions niya sa taas on what you can do with it. So to add text, so let's click on text here, and then let's type in solar system. You can choose the font. Sabihin na natin pwedeng ito, si Abel, and then click on the screen, and yan, lalabas na siya. So, pwede natin itong iusog ng konti para mag-time sa paglabas ng kamay niya. Yan, inusog ko siya ng slide. So, may konting space from the start of the video to sa paglabas ng kamay niya para ma-timing sa action. So, sana tama. Let's see. Let's play ha. Let's preview. Ayan. Kaso, nasa gitna siya. Hindi siya masyadong maganda tingnan sa gitna. So, click on it again. You can use transform and edit the size. We can make it smaller or bigger. And then we can choose the position. Pwedeng sa upper left, lower left. Yan. Ito medyo sakto eh. So, we just have to make it smaller para tugma siya. Yan. Or pwede rin, left talaga siya. Medyo awkward lang yung position talaga ni ate. But yan. So if we click on the window again, if you're done, and then, yan, play it. Solar system. Hindi pa rin siya pantay, but we can adjust accordingly. So dito papasok na dapat medyo left-centered or right-centered, wherever. Kasi pag nasa gitna kayo lagi, you can't really put anything else on the video if ever. Now, gusto ko din paiklian pa to because I'd like to add the solar system na talaga yung video. So, I click on it again. I click on split para mahati siya, and I delete the video. Ayan. I can shorten this one also. So, you click on it, you hover over the edge, and then you can shorten para sabay siyang matatapos. Ayan. Yan. Next, so I'll add another media. For example, I'll add this, ito, picture, video ng Earth kunwari. Yan. Now, if you can see, we can add overlays on it or transitions. Overlays, wait. Let's go here. And then let's choose an overlay. Para tong transitioning to another video. You can use this as sort of a transition. So let's see how it looks like. Yan, ganyan siya. So you can use it as a transition. But they also have like transitions more or less for videos also na mas medyo not too loud. So you can use, usually ang ginagamit nila dyan na parang nag-fade is crossfade. So you can put it in between your videos. Yan, makikita nyo. Pag nalagay nyo siya successfully, may lalabas na arrows na maliit. Let's delete the overlay kanina para malinis. So you can see magtra-transition siya ng medyo maayos. Ayan, one more para you can appreciate a bit. Ayan. So, transitions are helpful. For example, nag-video kayo, tapos may gusto kayong i-cut na part, tapos may gusto kayong i-continue na part. Yun, pwede maging useful yung transition para hindi masyadong abrupt or hindi masyadong mabilis yung pag-shift. Para maging natural pa rin siya tingnan kahit papaano. Okay, and then you can change the background as well. Usually, black lang ang background if it's blank. But you can do white or other solid colors also, if ever. Ayan. What else? So, you can also add audio, if ever. Kunwari, yung mga background music na na gusto nyong ilagay. I found like an astronomy.
Welcome to The Modern Scholar, where great professors.
Ayan, nag-ano na siya. Nag-start na siya. So you can add audio also if you want. And then if you play, yan, pwede na siyang mag-play with audio. Let's start from And then also pala, minsan when you add something, nag-a-adjust yung view ng panel. So may zoom in and zoom out option tayo and fit to screen para makita nyo yung lahat ng elements na na-add nyo. So we can press zoom out para makita nyo na kung gaano kahaba yung audio or kung nasa na yung mga videos and the like. So since medyo mahaba si audio, quick question. Pag may gusto akong putulin na any element, what function do I use? Vina, pa-help na lang kung may sumagot sa chat box.
Tingnan
So
natin
again,
sa
may
chat.
gusto akong putulin, what function do I use?
Split daw. Sabi ni Miss Jenny, split daw.
Okay, thank you. Yan, correct, split. So whether it be a video, an image, or an audio, you can use split to cut certain elements. So since mahaba yung audio, gusto ko siyang putulin, I will click on it. I will click split. I will put my marker kung saan ko siya gustong putulin. Sabihin natin dito, I will click split. Yan, so putol na siya. Okay, and then na-delete na siya. So I'll adjust a bit para ma-move. Eh, mahaba pa rin. So, click ko ulit yung split. Since nandito, click on the item, I click on split. And then ito, yung mahabang part, I'll delete na. Yan. So, if you look at it, yan.
Titled Astronomy, Earth, Sky, and the Planets. Your professor is James B. Kaler, Professor Emeritus
So
of
may 1 minute, like how many seconds video na tayo. Ayan. So basically, those are the functions. There are tutorials available naman to more or less mas maging okay pa yung skills nyo in terms of video editing. But for now, I guess the main functions of like just putting in videos, cutting, and adding titles would be fine. So the more so I'll also show you na lang how to add an image para at least you know. So videos and images go together basically, but when you add audio or text, yan, magkakaroon siya ng maraming layers. So for example, you want to add a subtext to solar system, pwede ulit kayong mag-add. Let's say nito, and then you click on add, and then nandyan siya. Or pwede ring on top of solar system, if I'm not mistaken, para sabay siyang lalabas. For example, here. Inusog ko lang siya ng konti para may timing siya ng paglabas, more or less. If you look,
titled Astronomy, Earth, Sky, and the Planets.
hindi lang siya nakaposisyon ng maayos, but yun yung premise ng idea. So, there. Let me go back to my presentation, more or less, to show you the platforms that you can use. As mentioned, yun nga, medyo basic lang yung matuturo namin right now, but there are a lot of tutorials naman on YouTube that you can use. So for online video editing software, there is Spark by Adobe Premiere. Medyo mas simple yung interface niya, medyo mas drag and drop, and mas madaling maintindihan for beginners. Clipchamp, I chose this kasi mas may freedom kayo and liberty to edit your videos, put in text, yung positioning and the like, parang Canva na medyo free kayo to do what you want. And then for downloadable video editing software naman, ito free naman siya. Ibig sabihin wala kayong babayaran, you just need to download. Usually if Microsoft, may Movie Maker na yan na free, or video editor if Windows 10. So it's simpleng video editing tool lang din, pero I think it can address the your current need of in terms of cutting and adding videos and titles and the like. OpenShot or VSDC, another open source video, as parang Clipchamp din siya, katulad ng demo ko kanina, but it's a bit, not naman super complicated, but medyo if nasawa na kayo dun sa beginner style yon, pwede kayo mag-level up here, and it will give you more freedom to edit basically. And then, for mobile naman, if medyo nahirapan kayo sa laptop, pwedeng UCut. It's free also in Google Play Store and in Apple Store. And then Quick also. Similar interface somewhat and functions with Clipchamp. And then, yan, other video editing softwares and apps, nilagay na lang din namin dito for your reference if in case the ones that we mentioned won't work for you, if ever. So, that is the end of our presentation. Hopefully, may mga natutunan po kayo. And if you have any more, hopefully, Fems can send a link and then our presentation as well para you have guide po. So, thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you Miss Bea and Miss Vina. Sobrang daming natutunan namin kahit ako today. So sobrang engaging ng session natin. So tomorrow po we will still have another webinar po. So ang topic naman po natin bukas is learning management platform po. So lahat po nung diniscuss nila Miss Jada from the previous session and Miss Bea and Miss Vina today. So lahat ng contents na yon, we want to parang host it in a platform po and then track our students' progress. So that is tomorrow, Saturday. So same time po. So again, thank you po for joining us today. And don't forget to register pa rin po sa heroes2021.org if you haven't registered yet. So that's all. Thank you. Good day.